Hey everyone! I am excited to be here today to kick off our first ever Conversations event. And we have a great lineup for you today. But before we jump in, I wanted to share why messaging is such an important focus for us and such a big opportunity for businesses all around the world. In recent years, the way that we connect online has seen some meaningful shifts. You might remember that in the early days of Facebook, we used to share everything on our wall, and then eventually to our feed and out in public for all our friends to see and react to. Today, most of us use our feeds to discover interesting content and stay up to date. But for deeper levels of interaction, messaging has become the center of our digital lives. It's more intimate and private, but with encryption, it's more secure too. At Meta, we run some of the world's best messaging platforms, from WhatsApp to Messenger to Instagram DMs. We are constantly working to improve them to make it easier to communicate with friends, family, and the close-knit groups that matter most to you. Increasingly, we are seeing that people want this same ease of communication with businesses too. They don't just want to call customer service or jump between apps or have to send an email that they're never going to get a response to. You want to get support and make purchases right from a chat. And naturally, businesses want to be where people are. We saw that with Feed, and then Stories, and now Reels and messaging. The best business experiences meet people where they are. Already, more than 1 billion users connect with a business account across our messaging services every week. They're reaching out for help, to find products and services, and to buy anything from big-ticket items to everyday goods. And today, I am excited to announce that we are opening WhatsApp to any business of any size around the world with WhatsApp Cloud API. In just a few minutes, any business or developer can easily access our service, build directly on top of WhatsApp to customize their experience, and speed up their response time to customers by using our secure WhatsApp Cloud API hosted by Meta. Now, this is an important step to help more businesses connect with people and help more people message the businesses that they want to support, big and small. Ami Vora from the WhatsApp team is going to have more to share on this in just a little bit. I'm excited to see how you'll all use our new WhatsApp Cloud API and the other tools that you'll hear about today to build better experiences for customers and, in turn, get better results for your business. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Melinda so we can hear more from the rest of the team.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Meta's inaugural business messaging event. I'm Melinda Davenport, and I'm delighted to guide you through today's event. Now, you just heard from Mark about how much messaging has changed the way we communicate and interact in our personal lives, and how it's also helping people and businesses get business done better. So today, you'll hear stories that we hope will inspire you, and you'll also learn about the latest innovations across our messaging platforms. Throughout our keynote, you'll hear the latest updates for WhatsApp, Messenger, and Instagram, as well as how Meta's new acquisition, Customer with a K, is adding to the way you can serve your customers. You'll also hear from companies that are experiencing the impact of talking to their customers through business messaging, including Uber CEO Dara Khosrowshahi. And you'll also be able to dive deeper during the breakout tracks that follow the keynote, where we'll have hands-on demos and best practice sessions. So, what are we waiting for? Let's kick things off with Meta's Vice President of Business Messaging and his thoughts on why now is the time for businesses to get started. Please help me welcome Matt Eitema.
Thanks, Melinda. It's good to be here. Welcome, everyone. You heard from Mark about how much messaging has changed the way we communicate and interact in our personal lives. Conversations are an integral part of being human. It's our most natural way to interact with each other, and we believe the way we converse today is changing how we do business, which is why we called this event Conversations. We hope you will be inspired by the stories you hear today and come away from the sessions with a path to bringing all the benefits of messaging to your business. Interacting with a business is a part of our daily lives. There are billions of interactions between people and businesses every day. Every day, your customers are reaching out and giving you the opportunity to delight them with service, support, or a recommendation. But the majority of these interactions are still happening over phone calls and email, technology that was built decades ago. 1-800 numbers were invented in the 1960s. I wasn't even invented in the 1960s. IVRs in the 1970s. Yet we still tell customers to call those numbers when they need our help. And if any of you who have teenagers at home like me, know they don't read email. For those of us that still do, we use our messaging apps first. Let me bring this to life with a personal experience. On a recent family trip for spring break, things were going great until our flight home was canceled. So frustrating. We called our airline and it took pressing zero a whole bunch of times to talk to an agent, and then we had to wait 42 minutes to rebook our flight. Now, I'm not going to stand here for 42 minutes and make you wait for the rest of this conference because you just go do something else. Oh, and 42 minutes is actually fast compared to what customers are experiencing. Just a few weeks ago, there was an article about some airlines having a more than 2-hour hold time to talk to an agent. You can watch half a season of your favorite streaming show faster than you can talk to someone to buy their product. We can do better. Because the way we communicate with one another has changed, people expect businesses to change. It's natural that people want to interact with businesses the same way we interact with friends, family, and colleagues. People send over 140 billion messages a day over messaging apps, and they spend hours a day using messaging apps for calls, group calls, video calls, because these apps are a better way to communicate than the technology that came before. Our research shows that 7 out of 10 people feel more connected to a business they can message. And over 65% of people said they actually prefer messaging over email and phone. And when it's possible to message a business, good things happen. Imagine messaging with an airline agent the moment your flight is canceled. Right in your messaging app, you see options and can rebook your flight. And someone responds right away if you have questions about those options. Even if you're frustrated, you know someone's hearing you and being responsive. And that kind of support experience leads to a better overall experience. That thread with your airline is now in your chat list. And because they did a decent job with that canceled flight, you're far more likely to be responsive to the offer they want to send you when they run their next campaign. Creating these kinds of experiences across all of your customer touchpoints, being where your customers are, and showing them you know what they need is what people now expect. Customer expectations have evolved, and that is why we believe messaging can be transformative for your business, and why you need to get started today. Messaging will transform the way we communicate with businesses. It's already changing customer service. A recent Gartner study estimates that by 2025, in just 3 years, 80% of customer service organizations will abandon native mobile apps in favor of messaging on third-party platforms. Messaging is changing how we buy. According to Forrester, 50% of US online adults now use chat for commerce, meaning to buy something. And the level of use only increases among younger demographics, peaking with 25 to 34-year-olds at 62%. We are seeing this shift reflected in momentum across our messaging platforms. 1 billion people message with a business each week on WhatsApp, Messenger, and Instagram Direct, and this behavior is accelerating. In a little bit, you will hear from our product leaders about how we're investing in our products to help you adapt and capture this opportunity. So what can you do to be ready? Organizations and you as leaders have navigated the first chapters of digital transformation. The move to the cloud and software as a service has driven incredible business agility and democratized access to best-in-class business tools. And utilizing things like machine learning and data integrations and APIs, which gave us the ability to automate flows and improve business operations. The next few years will be about how these technologies impact the customer experience, improving digital touchpoints, and the relevance of your communication and marketing. As you plan your customer experience and engagement strategies and make plans around how to leverage your existing tools and where you invest, this is the one thing I'd like for you to take from today. Messaging needs to be the cornerstone of your next chapter of digital transformation. Brands that have made this switch already are seeing gains in customer satisfaction, agent efficiency, and improvements in marketing and sales. Intuitive, automated experiences can help customers get faster responses, and it frees up your agents to handle more complex questions, which drives better results at scale. For example, call volumes to KLM Royal Dutch Airlines spiked by 500% when COVID-19 restrictions first took effect. The airline introduced a new prioritization model and automation with machine learning on Messenger and WhatsApp to automatically resolve common incoming queries while freeing up agent time, reducing wait times to nearly zero for the most urgent conversations. These kinds of results are also being realized for customer acquisition and marketing use cases. C&A, a global fashion retailer, sees messaging as a key part of their digital strategy. They invested in WhatsApp to enable agility and better customer experiences for their Brazilian customers. As a result, half of their digital revenue in Brazil, which last year was 900 million reais, now comes through sales on WhatsApp. We've been working to create these experiences over the past few years, and I'm very excited to see them coming to life and improving how people interact with businesses. Here's what we've learned about how to make this all work. The first problem to solve is not a technical problem. You have well-established systems, processes, and teams in place built around the communication channels you've had for years. You need to rethink how these can change to take advantage of the benefits messaging can provide. For example, Aldi, a global supermarket chain, reimagined how to answer customer questions about what products were in stock. They reduced response times from 3 minutes to 3 seconds and redeployed 8.5% of their customer service staff by using an AI-powered assistant on Facebook Messenger. Start with obvious use cases and build momentum. Companies we talk to are excited. They want results and they're aiming big. But there's a learning curve. The companies that thrive start with perfecting a key opportunity and workload and expanding from there. For example, Indosat, a leading telecommunications provider in Indonesia, launched an automated customer support experience on WhatsApp, which resolves 92% of customer inquiries and 70% of users give it their highest satisfaction rating. Inspired by that success, Indosat added digital purchases, prepaid refills, and more, growing revenue over WhatsApp by 5 times in just 1 year. The industry was headed towards this transformation, and the trend has only been accelerated in the last 2 years. Moving fast will also unlock new opportunities for you sooner. The faster you're able to free up your call centers, which are a cost center, the sooner you can turn them into profit centers by enabling them to upsell and cross-sell. And yes, messaging is one of the best ways to generate and qualify leads. Our ecosystem of partners are the backbone of this transformation. They've been working with us from the start, with thousands of brands, to create the experiences that I've talked about today. We will continue to invest in this ecosystem, improving our development platform and making it easy for our partners and you to create value for your customers and your business. We are inventing the future here, together. You, our customers, partners, and developers have and will continue to play a pivotal role.